Welcome back to another K's in the Kitchen. We are gonna do something for a breakfast, and these are banana muffins. Who do I have here? Who are you? Cordy, and how old are you, Cordelia?
4.
You are 4. So Cordy and I are gonna make banana muffins, and we're gonna start by mashing the bananas first, because we're gonna mix wet and dry ingredients separately. You wanna start mashing this? You can mash it with that. So as a breakfast maker, I make breakfast every morning for our family of, well, it used to be 13, but now that Katie left, we only have 12. It's sometimes a lot of work, but most times it's just a blast. It's a great way to start a morning, and I love food, so liking food definitely helps when you have to make it a lot. So I'm putting in 4 bananas. You can do 3 to 4 bananas depending on how big your bananas are. These are kind of like perfectly ripe bananas. We usually use overly ripe bananas, which definitely helps with they're easier to smash. Cordy, are you just gonna go at it? Urgh. Yeah, these are gonna be harder to smash just because they're a little more perfectly ripe instead of overripe. Perfect, so you're gonna keep mashing those, Cordy, and you tell me when you're done, okay? Say okay. We have to know you're still alive here. Okay, and then I'm gonna start on some of the wet ingredients over here in this bowl. So we're gonna grab our honey, and I like to substitute honey for a lot of recipes that call for sugar. It's just a way we enjoy cooking. And this is coconut palm oil, so it's not the regular palm, which this stuff is way better for you. And I'm gonna spray the tin before I put the honey in, so that way my honey comes out cleaner, not as messy. So woo-woo, you can really use whatever type honey you want. But I'm going to do a cup of this. Ooh, look at that. Can you smell it? Does it smell like anything? What does it smell like?
Sugar.
Sugar. It smells like sugar even though we aren't using sugar. Well, that's a good sign. It means these are going to turn out perfectly. And if you prefer to use sugar, then go ahead and do that as well. Both work. There we go. It came out pretty clean. Yep.
I'm done.
You are a good banana smasher. Okay, so now we're going to put in the cube of butter. You want to wrap the cube? So unwrap it, and then you're going to dump it in here. Okay, next is vanilla. And we are going to put a teaspoon of vanilla. This recipe is pretty straightforward. Ah, nice. Where everything's in like teaspoons and cups and half cups, which makes it easy. There's no thirds or fourths. Don't spill. Nice, good work. And you could just put that down to the side. So as you can see, we're just doing all the wet ingredients first, and then we have all of our dry ingredients over here. We're gonna do buttermilk. You can make your own buttermilk with just regular milk with a splash of apple cider vinegar, but today we have some that we bought from the store, which is really nice. We're gonna use a half a cup. Whoop, we're gonna pour this. Ooh, that's creamy. Now dump that in. Okay, so before we get too far, we're going to mix this all in. So we're gonna hook it up to the KitchenAid, and while this is mixing, we are going to do some dry ingredient stuff. And you can use any head. The wire whisk one gets the butter broken apart the most. And we're gonna roll this up and we're gonna turn it on. About a medium speed, and we're basically just gonna mix all these ingredients till they're kind of like fluffy, wet mixture. Okay, Cordelia, you did so good, honey. We have a bowl for dry ingredients. Cordy, we can put those bananas to the side. And we're gonna start with whole wheat flour. We use whole wheat flour because it's the best. And we're going to put 2.5 cups. Okay, so Cordy, I'm gonna have you dump this in the bowl. Go, make it all level, dump it in. Woo, yeah, honey. Real chefs always looks like they made a mess. Now you look like a real chef. Okay, now you dump in another one. Oh, nice. Can you get Caroline with some flour? No. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Now we match and we look like real chefs. And then this is a half cup. Dump in the half cup. Bloop. Oh, get all of it out. And that is what we do for our flour. Dusty, dusty. Nice, Cords. Now, can you get me the baking soda? Oh, big bag of baking soda. Baking soda, I have made this mistake so many times, and I'm just gonna let you all know because I have nothing to hide. Baking soda and baking powder are different things. I mean, imagine that, they have different names. However, I have messed up this so many times, and if you put baking powder in, it will not turn out as nicely. So Try and avoid being a ditzy blonde like I can tend to be sometimes. And get it right. Okay, we are using Himalayan salt, our favorite. And we're gonna do 30 grinds or a teaspoon of whatever salt you're using. Help me grind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have to help me count. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You were still gonna go, I caught you. So then we're gonna put in our salt and then we're just gonna mix this all together. Make sure you get it nicely mixed because we don't want clumps of salt in a muffin because overly salted muffins are nasty. And so are overly risen muffins. So we don't want any clumps of baking soda. So we're gonna put this to the side while we again come back to our wet ingredients. This is kind of still chunky, so I'm gonna turn this on for a bit. Ooh, check it out. Looks good. That looks good to me. And we like nuts in our muffins. My dad says if we can, put nuts in everything. We are going to put a cup of walnuts. We're gonna chop these up. I use softened butter, which is going to help mix in better. Don't use hardened butter. Try and leave it out the morning before, because otherwise it turns into chunks. This wasn't as soft as I would have liked it to be, but it definitely works. Chop, chop, chop. Got one. Nice. You dropped it. One more. All right, there we go. Get it all in the mouth. Do you like to cook, Cordy?
Yeah.
You do like to cook. What do you like to cook the most? Do you like cooking banana muffins the most or other things the most?
Banana muffins.
You like these the most? I do too. I think they're so good. And I'm a breakfast lover, so these are amazing. I didn't chop them super fine. You can chop them to where they're almost in powder, but then what's the use of a nut if it's not crunchy? Whoa, you wanna chop some? Go for it. Just don't chop your fingers off. Oh yeah, get after those nuts. Keep them on. Sneaking food, she's just like Katie. Goodness. We have another K, the first and the last, always snitch. Okay, we are gonna take our eggs, which we have not added to our wet ingredients yet. And you wanna crack one egg and I'll crack one egg? Choop. Now these are just organic. Oh, you missed the bowl, Cordy. Okay, that's what happens when you're cooking with a 4-year-old, right? Things don't always work out just so. However, she got enough of it. Eggs are pretty goopy and they stick together and we're working on a clean surface, so we'll just forget that ever happened. You go wash your hands and I'll whip this up. Just so that the yolk and the whites are nicely mixed together. There we go, so much better. You wanna whip these while I go wash my hands? All right, whip those eggs. Don't spill them again though. Nice. Gonna whip those to a nice consistency and then we are gonna turn on the Cuisinart KitchenAid and dump these back in. Ew, nasty. These spatulas are great, by the way. I love the little ones because they aren't so jumbo and they don't get in the way of what you're trying to do. Perfect, so that looks like it concludes our wet ingredients. And I like to double check recipes because as I mentioned earlier, I could be extremely forgetful and you miss one ingredient in these muffins and they just won't turn out as nice. And we have honey. Did we get honey in there, Cordy? We got honey? Is honey in there?
Yeah.
Yes. Did we get butter?
Yeah.
Yes. Did we get salt?
Yeah.
Yep. Did we get flour?
Yeah.
Eggs?
Yep.
We can't forget the eggs. They left their mark. And we got mashed bananas. We did vanilla, pretty good. And we did the flour. Oh, all your flour came off. You don't look like a real cook anymore. Okay, so now I'm gonna lower this. There you go, nice. Problem solved, love it, fix it. So we're gonna dump our bananas in and we're gonna raise it back up and let that churn our bananas in. Ew. I'm not a big lover of bananas in general just because of the texture, but in muffins, you would never know they were in there. I love the taste of bananas though. Our dry ingredients are ready and our wet ingredients have been mixed together, so we're ready to do combining, which is one of my favorite parts because they actually start looking like muffins, which is way more fun. Okay, and we are going to heavy bowl. We're gonna dump the dry ingredients in. You ready? No, dump the dry ingredients in. There you go. All right, don't spill them. Poof, 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 poof. Poof.
Are we gonna mix them?
We are gonna mix them. You are one step ahead. Let's see what turns out. This is exciting. It's all coming together. Don't turn on your mixer too high to where the flour goes everywhere, because I've also done that. Like, if there was a book for like blonde mistakes in the kitchen or bad mistakes in the kitchen, I've covered 99.9% of those. Learn from my mistakes. Boom, there we go. It was a quick mix. If you're hand mixing, it works also, and no biggie if that's what you're doing. I hand mix for the rest of the part because I'm gonna add coconut and walnuts, and I don't like them to get all smashed in, which I like it to be kind of flaky and stringy. You wanna take a look? Does that taste good? Not yet. Cordy's still working on it. She's like, gave me the sour face. We're gonna have you dump the nuts in, Cordy. Try and keep that out of our egg mess. Dump the nuts. And we put around a cup of walnuts in. You can put more nuts if you're a bigger nut lover or less, whatever you're feeling. So I'm going to hand mix in these. And Cordy, would you like to do that while I get some coconut? There you go, nice. Get those nuts all mixed in. It's a great forearm workout. Okay, and then we're gonna add a cup of coconut. This is sweetened coconut. Keep mixing. You can use non-sweetened coconut, but I like it. Here we go. Would you like to add this? Dump, 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 dump. Nice. You want a coconut flake? So this is becoming quite a nice mixture. Do you like when you get to help us girls cook? Yeah. Do you like that? Even the little SK needs to be in on the action, right? I've already preheated my oven to 350, and this makes one batch, and so it makes around 24 muffins, which is really nice because we have a pan that fits exactly that. Cordy can't get enough. That's a good sign. Tasty. And we're going to bring our muffin tins over here. I'm gonna scoot your little... You can spray your muffin tins if you'd prefer, but these are also extremely nifty. I am a big fan of muffin cups, I guess is what you call these. I'm not sure. They don't always come apart easily. There you go, Cords. Perfect. So this is a jumbo pan of muffins, obviously. Everything we do in this family is large. If you just have one of the small 12 muffin tin holders, it'll make around 2 of those. These are so sticky. Cordy, where did we get these aprons? Do you want to tell them? Because they match perfectly. I've got little buses and you've got little buses. So where did we get these?
At the store.
We got these special handmade aprons from a store down in California.
Down in St. Clomanny.
Down in St. Clomanny, you were right. We got these from a lady that works down there, and her aprons. We're just gonna start scooping these in. So just take a spoon and make sure you get all of the dough in. Her name is Graham's Aprons, and she makes adorable handmade aprons, just the cutest. And my mom was walking down looking at all the shops. My mom's addicted to aprons, and she's like, aprons! So she walked in there and we got these, and she makes all kinds of aprons, all different styles, prints, patterns. They're almost all reversible, which is super cool, so all these flip around. Nice. Ooh, it's getting sticky here. And so yeah, she makes big aprons and little aprons and everything in between, which is so fun. You can use your fingers, Cord, too, to scoop it off the spoon. Gotta lick every last finger, no wasted batter. Okay, so don't do them like too full, but then at the same time, these don't raise a ton. They're not super like big, boisterous raising muffins. They raise just the right amount. So you can fill these little cup things up decently full, but don't overflow them or they will kind of raise out. You are a mess, sweets. You ate so much of it, Cordy. We're missing 1 muffin's worth. Okay, and we have finished. Let's see here. That one has a little... Cordy ate so much of the batter that we have 1 muffin missing. Cordy, stinker. You ate our 1 muffin. Smash. That's what you get. There you go. And these are gonna cook for 20 to 25 minutes. Watch them because they will burn. And we don't, burnt muffins are really no good. So we're gonna go put these in the oven and we will be right back with you. Oh, I totally am gonna do that. Thanks so much for watching. If you like, go down and like it and subscribe if you wanna see more. Cordy, you wanna check these out? Oh, you got me. Squish. Squish. Oh, I got you. Boo, boo. Got you last. Up top. Oh yeah, nice.
I get it up on your eyebrow thing.
That is great. She got it everywhere. Okay, you want to actually try this muffin? Oh, you flatten. Okay. You did. Let's try these out. Ooh. You're so funny.